Hey creatives, give me just 1 second to make sure I'm in the right group. Hang on 1 second. So we're doing this pumpkin spice for fall. I've had this design, I kid you not, for close to 3 months. So we're gonna put this together. If you guys are joining live, come in and say hi. If not, we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame, which I've already color coordinated my pipe cleaners to match this design, which is tan, orange, and white. The sign is from Craft Outlet. This is an 11.75, which is basically a 12-inch round. So we're gonna go ahead and start laying in our mesh, which is going to be, hi Gail, this cotton drift mesh, which I think goes perfectly with fall. So we're going to be using this cut to 20-inch pieces. We're going to ruffle it all the way around the whole base. Trying to think of what else. You can get this from Craft Outlet, and then I'll go over the ribbons when we get to that point and let you know where they are, what the lengths are, and where they came from. But Craft Outlet, and we're ready to go. Okay, so we're just ruffling today. So give me just 1 second. So we always ruffle against the curl so that it lays as flat as possible. And I just pull these in. They're about 1/2 inch, I guess you'd call them pleats or scrunches. We always do finished edges towards the inside. Now this cotton drift mesh has to be cut with a wood burning tool because it contains that natural cotton fiber all the way through. And I haven't decided if I'm going to leave my pipe cleaners on or not. I'd rather leave them on. It's always a really good idea if you're not sure if you want to take them on or leave them on. So we're just going to go ahead and do this, and then I like to do the very next pipe cleaner, so it's just going to be laid in here. So this just happens to be the outside. There are a grand total of 18 pipe cleaners on this base. There's 6 on the inside in each section, wiring together the 2, and then the outside 2 in each section. So this gives you 6 on the inside, 12 to the outside for that total of 18. And trying to, there's my comments. Hi Kathy. Susan says, I actually made this with what I had, and I think I'm gonna go back in and add some pumpkin embellishments. The ones I had, I didn't love them. So if I don't love them, they don't go in. So we will get these done, 2 twists, and then we're gonna go to our inside. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Lee. She says, I've been sick for over a week and I just got notification. I forgot all about everything. No worries. I contemplating postponing this, but it just kind of helps if we just kind of stay on track. So I just figured I will do this fairly quickly since I don't think anyone is co-creating tonight. So, and then I'm going to take my center, remember, and we lay this over the top. Or the center goes in between the 2 outside ones. So I'm going to go ahead and take this orange. I always move my pipe cleaners to the left when I'm done using them. So you're still watching and learning? No worries. I'm still learning. I'm still watching because it's always evolving. It's always changing. So lay this in, and then so in every section where we have a center and 2 outside. We're gonna always lay. The center one is basically filling that middle section, so the 2 outside ones in that section just kind of lay over the top, and that center just fills all that gap and gives you really nice coverage. And I love the cotton drift mesh. So here we are, we're entering a new section where we have the first in the section. So what I do is I will make sure the one that precedes it lays flat right underneath it, just like this. And then I'll take the outside and then overlay the outside piece next to that. And again, move my pipe cleaners to the left. Okay, now we're doing the center one. So you just move everything out of the way, put your center piece in, 2 twists. Well, actually, I'm going to give this a couple. Just in case I want to come back and just remove them, I don't have to twist them anymore. So I'm laying this back underneath the one preceding it, and then taking the other side and covering that center mesh. That's how you get good coverage. That's how, when most people ask me, how do you get your ruffles to lay so flat? That is the tip. And then right now, here's our center. I'm just going to push these out of the way, drop my center one in, or my outside one in. I'm going to come back, and here's my center. I'm going to make sure it goes over or right underneath the one next to it. Make sure that goes next to it. This way now I have both of my outside pieces that I don't have to fight my ribbon where that's going to go. Okay. And then we're entering our new section. So we always just push the one before out of the way. We'll lay this one inside. Now this one before, there's such a gap here. So what I do is I take the edge and I make sure that lays right up underneath that, and make sure the top lays right underneath that. And then just move your pipe cleaner out of the way. Lee says I pick up something every time. You have probably said a million times. Oops, just move that down. But I just get it that time. And that's why it's not that I try to program and do the same thing every time. There's so many people who have been doing it for so long. They don't cover the basics anymore. They're like, at this point, while you've watched me, you should kind of already know how things roll. But I just find that some people still need the basics, because we're always getting new people watching that are just being introduced to wreath making for the very first time. Can't wait to see this one finished. Like all of them, right? I say that about every single design. I can't wait to finish that. See what this is going to look like. So over. So here's the one preceding. Here's this one. We're going to make sure it goes over. And then lean to the left. Susan says that's why some people get new people and other people don't. But I just, if you're in it to teach, then you have to teach as though you're teaching it for the very first time, because that's why people will tune in and they'll be like, hey, you show everything there is to know. So again, making sure this covers. If it does, we can go ahead and just layer mesh on top and move the bow dabber out of the way. I contemplated not doing a bow on this and then changing everything up, because remember now, I used to not like doing 12-inch signs because they took up so much space. They didn't really give you an opportunity to lay in your bow. But now with the new method of using a 12-inch sign and then just using 3 rolls of ribbon instead of 6, you can get some really nice coverage. Okay, this is our middle. So we're taking our side, bringing our side up and over, and move the pipe cleaner to the side. We're almost finished with our base. And it's funny, have you guys noticed I did not include this sign in any of the Wreath kits that I've been selling? Because I wanted to get this design done and not replicate it. Okay, so here's our middle. Want to make sure our middle provides ample coverage. And then again, lean to the left. 4 more pieces to go. I always use the scissors just to help me hold the mesh in place. And this pipe cleaner moved. It slid. And sometimes that happens depending upon the frame structure. Sometimes it's kind of bent in. It's thinner on one section than the other, so they do move. So always make sure we're up, covered. Right here. Lean to the left. Center and 2 outsides. So sometimes I like to save the curly ones for the inside, because they don't need to lay as flat. There goes my cat. He's running around like a hyperactive, crazy man. Move these. Go ahead and place this over. This one needs to go under. Move our pipe cleaners up and over. Nice coverage. This one feels very rustic. Okay. So moving our center over just slightly. It's getting in the last 2 that are tough. Mostly the last one. So up and over. Lean to the left. Let's clear space for this one. All I did is push the other ones away so I can lay that one in a little bit more flat. Can't wait to see your variations of your wreaths, what you decide to do with them, how you choose to decorate them. And then this is our center, or one of the ones that needs to go over our center. So this one, remember, has to go under and then slightly cover. And then this one needs to come down and slightly go over. so that we have accessibility to all the outside pieces. So now we're going to use our 2.5-inch ribbon. We're going to alternate this. We have a orange, a rust orange and tan. This is from Craft Outlet. And then our pumpkins on a beige and white gingham is also from Craft Outlet. Both are cut to 14-inch pieces. We're simply going to fold them in half to find center. We're going to go ahead and gather up. I'm going to put the orange with the orange, just like this. Let's go ahead and do all the orange, make it easy. Gather. And then we always fan to the outside. Oh wait, we can't do that. Can't do that because we have 3 different pipe cleaners. Caught myself before I went too far. So truly every other one. Because I used beige, orange, and tan, so that theory of just using it on the orange wouldn't work. And I'm doing these so that the beige faces down. You can alternate for something a little bit different. Beige down. So nice when you have your pipe cleaners prepped, so they're ready to go. And then having our mesh all laid out for us just makes it so much easier as well. Oh, Susan, congratulations. She says, by the way, I did get my first Etsy sale today. What did you sell? It is always nice. And then once you get the one, generally what happens, the closer we get to September 7th, I think that's the day after Labor Day, it starts to get really super busy. So the more you're selling, the higher in the search rankings you'll be. I'm just gonna pull some of these. Sometimes around the edge of this mesh, you get a little stray fray. And then I'm going to be doing the 1.5 inch, the same pumpkin print as our 2.5 inch. These are cut to 19-inch pieces. And I want to lay them so the pumpkins are facing up. And then we're just going to do half bows, which is just pinch these in about 2 inches from the top. We're going to place these right on top of these. Okay. I am also going to cut my pipe cleaners down just a little bit because we're going to embellish these on the end, but let me turn these over. So you're going to see me do a bunch of multitasking, doing a couple different things. So while I have these, I haven't decided. I do know that I want to put, we're going to use Raffia, but then I also want to use these. The glitter balls. So I like the gold and I like the brown because both of them are featured in the sign. We have the glitter and we have the brown. So I'm going to go through and add those, and I'm going to show you how we glue them on. I'm not going to do all of them, but I will place them. We'll just glue them later. So snip them down. About 1.5 inches is about a good length. I always open them, flip it. You always got to right side one of those pieces. Fan this out. And we're going to put our brown ball on the end. And then the orange. These are from Hobby Lobby. You can probably find these now. They're probably like 40% off now, just to add that nice little touch. Okay, pinch in, add that, 2 twists, 1.5 inches. Open this, flip it around, up, up. So it just goes right on the end, right on the end. And then when you get ready to glue them, I'll show you when we get all the way done. You're just going, they just slide on super easy. And then you just pull them off, add a dab of glue, and you're ready to go. Up, flip, one on here, one down here, and then make sure that pops up. I love these colors because it reminds me so much of the different colors of the pumpkins. It feels very fall. Open, flip, there's that one. And here's our last one for this set. She says, I sold my boo sign mesh wreath and I have the picture submitted for approval on the Wreath of the Month page. Nice. Don't these 2 ribbons look really good together, Lee? I love them. So here's this. Here's our brown. Okay, now let's go ahead and take care of the ones in between, right in here. So these are gonna be our pumpkin, 2.5 inch, cut to 14-inch pieces. We're just gonna lay these in, and then it really helps dial in the pumpkin theme without you having to add pumpkins to it. Trying to get these. Sometimes they just fight. We don't want to let each other lay. And then we're doing the 1.5 inches of this orange, the rustic orange, the little bit darker orange with the cream. And we're doing half bows with this as well. So we're going to go in and add these. Open this up. Flip these around. Pop that up. And we'll do the same thing. Be consistent. So we pop this on so it makes the smallest little hole in here. You take your glue gun, just add 1 small drop of glue, and then just push that right back on. Do the same with your brown. First poke the hole and then pull it out. Drop of glue. Right on top. And then we just open them all up. So pretty. So festive. Okay. There's that one. So all of the ribbon is from Craft Outlet. So this is a total Craft Outlet design. Everything you see here is all from Craft Outlet. Orange. And brown. It's funny, when I put this design together, I so want pumpkin spice something. There we go. Just to kind of put you in the mood. This one you could take cinnamon sticks, because there's a cinnamon stick inside their pumpkin spice drink, and you can add cinnamon sticks to it. One more, just to be on the safe side. Open. You always have to flip that other ribbon around. And this is really great ribbon, really super good quality. Keep grabbing the wrong color. There's the brown and the orange. This one feels like it has sunk in. So I think it's when I was moving the mesh around. Definitely very fall-like. I think I want to make another one and do a different color combination on it with no bow. And just more embellishments. Open. Bowl. The bowl. Open. There's that. This one. We have one more left to go. Right in here. Turn it. place it. Work it around. And last one. Nice. See, I might even use these and just add the little scatters and fillers around the sign. Okay, so this is done. So let's go ahead and build our bow. Just push that out of the way. Okay. I think I'm going to put my pumpkin down because we have it appearing twice. So kind of like this. And then we have our rust and our pumpkin, which I want it to go all the way on the end. So we also have orange, and then we have a different kind of gingham. So I think what I want to do is blend these so that I like those better orientation on the bow. So these will go here. All of them are from Craft Outlet. So remember, the bow recipe never changes. Well, kind of sometimes does, but not in this case. So we're going to start with 14-inch pieces. And I'm going to go up to 10 inches. And I'm going to pinch and twist. So our tail length is 10 inches. And I'm going up and around, measuring my tail lengths out to 5.5, which is pretty much right where that is. Do the same on the other side. A little bit more. Okay, and then back out to 10 inches. And then we're going to do a dovetail edge, which is bring the wired edges together. You're going to cut from the folded end to the wired point, and then that gives you a finished look. Okay, so one down. And then we'll do our stripe. Dovetail our edge. This one's going to measure 9.5 inches. So on the tails, they come down 1/2 inch with every ribbon you introduce. And then this loop is going to be 5 inches. So bring it out. Flip and measure. See if we get 5 inches there. It feels like it. 5 inches. And then back out to 9.5. Dovetail your edge. That one's out of the way. Oh, Susan, you said you get into the habit of ordering 2 of every sign? Wow. Try the Wreath shop. Or you can just you know, take the SKU number and search by this SKU, and sometimes it'll show you who has it still in stock. So this one's going to be 9 inches, and the loop size is going to be 4.5 inches. So I'll just bring it out to the 20 so I can still see it. Right about there. Just 4.5. Up and over. 4.5. Back out. 9 inches. Dovetail the end. Oops, that was a sloppy cut. A sloppy cut. And this is a orange, brown, and cream gingham, which is perfect for fall. Now we're gonna do the orange. Always cut the folded edge off just so we have a nice clean look. Yep. 8.5 is the tail length. And this one we're gonna do the exact same length for our loops. This one's 4.5. And the reason why I keep my bow recipe the same is because I know the diameter and the fullness that this bow will yield. So if I'm looking for that, it only makes sense to go with what you know. Okay. So because these two are exactly the same, I can put my fingers in both and give them a tug. And I didn't have to be very specific on measuring. And then we're doing our plaid. Flipping this over. Let's get a cleaner edge on that. This one's going to be 8" for our tail length. And our loop size is 4 inches. Right there's 4. Right here's 4. Back out is 8 inches. Dovetail the edge. And then we'll add our pumpkins. Last one. Well, I think I'm going to put some raffia in the bow. Just because I'm going to add some raffia around the outside. So this one's going to be 7.5 inches for my tail length and 3.5 inches for my loop. Make sure that one lays better. Right about there. Same thing, up, over, and then back out. Dovetail that edge. Okay, now Hobby Lobby makes raffia in a whole bunch of different colors, but we always know it from the natural color, like the tan, but it also comes in yellow, brown, and orange. So I'm going to take some of my orange. So I'm going to pull about 3 pieces out of orange. That one's a little too short. That one's better. And we'll grab another piece. And then I'm going to grab some natural, which I have right here. Yep, that one's too short. That should work. There's one. There's 2. And I'm just evening it up. That one's a little too short. That one's okay, that'll work. So I'm just keeping all the ends close, just like this. And then all we're gonna do is wrap them back and forth on each other till they run out. Some are a little longer than others. And I'm going to use a little twist tie right here just to kind of hold this in place. Just so I can fluff that in there so I don't have to keep holding it. Then, where are my pipe cleaners? They're right here. So we're going to form my U. And I'm going to pick up the whole stack, including my raffia. And I'm going to go up and over really tight. Just hold that here. And then I can remove the other little piece of the pipe cleaner that was right here that I just had holding that. So now it's all nice and pretty. It's ready to go, and we'll fluff. So let's move this out of the way. Let's move these in the back, so we don't need those. So this is a 24 by 24 by 1 inch thick fluff board that I had a friend of mine custom make. It has an 1.5 to 2 inch C-hook, which you just screw into the center. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna catch our pipe cleaner on that hook, and that just holds it and keeps it from sliding. And so this is how we're gonna fluff. You're going to take one tail and one loop at the top, okay? On the opposite side, you're gonna take one loop and one tail, so that tails are opposite, loops are opposite, and then you're just gonna continue to work that all the way down. So now we've got loop and tail. Go to the other side. Here's our tail. And here's our loop, so that we have different colors all coming down. Tails and loops are completely separate. So we just follow the pattern all the way through. So we're gonna follow our pumpkin, okay? We're gonna bring this over. And then we're gonna go down with our orange. Here's our orange. There's that. And then I'm just gonna break up the plaid party happening on this side. Not that it really matters much. I'm just gonna go this way. Whatever way you do it on the bottom or on the top, just make sure you go opposite on top. Okay, and then the last one is here and then here. Okay, and we have our raffia bundle here, which is fine. We'll fluff that. So now you're just gonna pick up your 2 loops at the top, lift. As soon as you can get your fingers in the hole. Oop. There's that. So there's those 2. We can even spin our raffia around if we need to. There's those. I like the orange coming up between the 2 and the gingham outside. So that's what I'm doing here. Here's my orange. Here's the gingham. And then I like how this comes, it's almost just naturally falling in line with what I like. And then we're going to do our pumpkin out here. So there's that. This comes here. And I like to just put all 4 fingers in, give them some lift, some movement. Just move everything around. And then to put the curls back in the ribbon, you just run them between your fingers. You can see how that's just kind of following along real nicely. And then these ones will fluff more when they're actually on the wreath. And so this yields you a 11-inch diameter measuring from the loops. So this is 11 inches. Some people like to cut their tail so it stops where the loops do. It's a choice you can make as a designer. It's up to you. Okay, so there's the bow with the raffia. Feels very rustic. We're going to simply take this off the same way we put it on. And now we are going to attach our sign. So it's already got holes in it, so I'm going to utilize those holes. I'm going to use 22 gauge floral wire. Pull this out. Probably about 14 inches. So I'm going to take this. Actually, I'm going to, hold on a second. Let's see if I have it. Yes, I do. So I like to take the stickers off using this little scraper. So there we go. So add your wire. Put this on the back. Go directly over your hole. And I like to build about 5 twists on there so that it gives it a little bit of a base. Up and over. Okay. Now, this is where our pipe cleaners, right? I'm just going to move my pipe cleaners, the white ones. So I'm just going to move them forward in the event I want to see about putting the little balls on the ends. So I'm going to go right inside, right here, and get that sign attached to our frame. Making sure I've got a wire on both sides. Slippery wire. So I'm going to pull the ones, the mesh right in front. I'm going to pull these out. So I'm going to pull this down. Just like that. Just a nice, soft look. So I still have this, so I can add those little balls to the end. I'm going to go up here and do the exact same thing, which is find my mesh here. I'm going to go right in and right on the other side. I'm going to lift this up. Pull this up. Here's my pipe cleaner. Okay, now we have to resort some things here. So I'm looking for my other pipe cleaners. So like there's one here, but we still want to make sure our mesh is surrounding all of this. There's this one that's kind of got tucked under a bit. Okay. Here's my other pipe cleaner. We'll sort these. There should be another one right here. Okay. Should be right here. Here's my orange. And then these ones, remember, we're going to keep these ones flat because this is our bow home. So I just don't want to elevate my bow too much. So let's go ahead and put our bow on. So the one thing I do want to do is there should be a pipe cleaner. There is right here. It's going to be under my sign, so I'm just going to remove it. I'm going to tuck all this back under. Back under. Still need my loops. We're going to go ahead and place this right about here on my sign. So now I've got to get the pipe cleaner down. Lordy. There we go. Push it down so it seats itself to the depth you want. And then go ahead and redirect all your ribbons where you want your ribbons to fall. See, if we've got a little too much going on up here, we can just give it a little tuck, and then our ribbons will lay where we want them to stay. And then just redirect your ribbons. Twist. Not sure I want it that full. I probably pulled it just a little too far. But I do like the ribbon to fall around that. Okay, so let's add the little pom-pom ball things to the ends here. So I'm going to add these right here. So that those frame our sign and tie everything else in around here. I'm cutting them pretty close to the sign so they kind of just float. One there, one here. Break that up. Take this one, do the same. Brown, the orange. Flip this around. Grab this one. There's our orange. And then our brown. That way it just kind of ties the glitter in to the outside pieces as well. And then just go back and fix all your loops. Just like that. And then if you want, I have like really big ones, so you can put like a big chocolate brown one in, or we can add a big orange. What if we put two? Ooh, I like the two. Let's put both in. Since we're doing two, I'm gonna glue these in. Just like that. So we have a pair, just like the pair that goes all the way around the design. And I'm gonna add some, do we wanna add any more raffia? I don't know. Let me look. Because we added it to the top. Let me get a couple pieces. These ones are short, which are good. Let's take some short orange too. We will just cut this one to match. Okay, so let's see if these will look good. So I was thinking about placing them right in here with the plaid. So let me pop the little ends off. I like that. Let me just glue these back on. That'll also help keep the raffia in. Just like that. So we have a little bit of that added to our design. Move those over. Fluff this out. So we need two pieces of each. So there's one. There's two. Wow, that was really long. So we'll cut this one down. Use this back in the top. Just like so. We'll add this one right in here. Let's go ahead and, oh, I glued these ones on. I was like, no wonder why they're not coming off. So it just makes for a really nice look. There's that one. This one. And our orange is almost double. Just like so. Remember, it's only going on where we have our plaid. And then we'll glue our little bowls back on. Let's remove this one because I actually glued it in the wrong spot. I could tell because when I went to remove it, I had the white hole on the top. So just like this, the little white hole. Okay, done that one, done that one. Here's this. And then we'll be done. For some reason the orange is like way longer than the tan is. Okay, make another bundle. And this bundle will go right here. Let's pop those off. Tuck our bundle under. Make sure we glue our balls on. And this one. And then we have one more, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means we have 2. Here's the other one. Okay, so we're going to pop these off. Grab our raffia. Always keep grabbing the same short ones. Okay, so there's one. Can we get another long one? That'll work. And one of the orange. Let's do 2. That was pretty thin. Okay. Man. Don't run your fingers through that. Like, don't run your hands down because you can get the splinters all stuck in your fingers because it's straw. Place this bundle up. Glue our balls back on. There's that one. See, there's that one. Once you poke your pipe cleaners in, you can see where the ends need to be. Okay, and then we have one more right on this side. So there's the orange. There's another orange. And there's 2 of the beige. I'm just going to add a couple little pieces right here because it didn't feel like it had enough beige in it. Take these 2 off. Add our last piece right inside. Here's our orange. brown. There we go. We will fluff everything else around that. So let me show you what it looks like. Just take all these. Put away. I don't want it too close to my glue gun. Let's show you what it looks like. So there we go. I think I'm going to cut that little one so it kind of falls. Because I want it to kind of fall right in here. There we go. Okay, so there you guys go. That is our total design for this wreath. What do you guys think? Always like to give it some height. There y'all go. We're all finished. This design is in the books for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Can't wait to see your designs. I'm trying to get it to where you can see the happy sign, so let me hold that up. There we go. Now you can see it. Just like that. Let me turn it. There y'all go. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining me. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.